Ohlsen. Noah Ohlsen sits in third place.
Noah Ohlsen.
Noah Ohlsen. Better late than never for Noah Ohlsen. First event win, and he will be your overall leader.
For the last few years of my games career, I had acknowledged the fact that I probably wasn't in contention to win anymore and like took my feet off the gas pedal in training. It also probably meant that I wasn't going to perform as well as I had the potential to if I was all in. The goal of trying to finish it in 11 hours, for some reason that fuels me. Joanne doesn't care. My sponsors don't care. Nobody else cares if I finish in 10:59 or 11:23. But the one or two people that are gonna see it and be like, whoa, that's cool. That's worth it to me. I don't know why. I think this ended up coming at a good time after the CrossFit Games this year. It was just a bit of a different dynamic. The future of the sport is kind of still up in the air, and it felt like a good opportunity to get my mind off of that and explore something kind of new. We found this triathlon calculator online that you can type in what your total finishing time is. I finagled it to be 10 hours, 59 minutes. It would need to basically like a 4-hour marathon. It would be tough. There's that delicate balance of like, if I push the bike a little too hard, is that gonna fatigue me more than having to run faster? So it's tight. Thanks for being on the journey with me. All right, fellas, if you guys could potentially pull back on the F-bombs, that would probably make the footage way more useful.
You guys, that's what South Park did, where they got all the swear words out in one go, so we just say as many as we can, then they can beep them, and then we're done.
This is a fucking prison.
There we go.
This house is a fucking prison. I'm playing bullshit in the galaxy, and this sucks camel cock.
And recording. The guys and I rented a van and drove up from Miami to Panama City Beach.
It tasted kind of spicy.
None of us have ever done anything remotely close to doing an Ironman before.
All right, so what's the piece of the race you're most worried about?
Oh, we're diving straight into race stock.
Oh, we got 9 hours. All we got is 9 hours. We're better than something.
Exactly. I've heard that it's, I don't know if likely is the word, but a lot of people were saying like you should be prepared. It's definitely possible that something happens to your tire, to your gear, to your chain. So I imagine a one session, one day, like the likelihood of it happening then, knock on wood, I know this is...
It's be on camera, yeah. So
yeah.
It's probably because it's what? How many people do it? 1,000 people do
We're
this?
all in trouble. We rotated drivers every 2 hours, had a van, so there was a little more room to move around and stretch.
Dude, if I can't swear, you're not allowed to do that.
And got in on Thursday night.
Here for the big race.
Hello, hello.
How's it going? You guys ready? Yeah.
Are we leaving? Thought
Great concept.
a good bit of hair flying around. We're 3.5 hours away from Movember, and so the boys are going stash only.
I haven't done this in so long.
No shit, the amount of foam, you probably got 7 times more foam than us.
Evin, come here.
Mustache men.
I must ask you a question.
You want to tell the camera what we're doing? We're going to mimic tomorrow. We're going to go out for 3 minutes. We're going right and we're coming back. We want to make sure you guys can see us and know what we're doing today.
It's very, very different from what we're used to. You kind of get sucked back as you're trying to come into shore. So it can be kind of discouraging. You're like trying to make progress towards land, but almost feels like you're going nowhere for a while. I think everybody's just gonna be like, whoa, that was not what I expected. What do you think, Ev?
It's a lot softer than I thought it would be. That's the first time I've swam without my wetsuit in a while.
Okay.
And that was tough. Like when I was going against it, even with the waves, I feel like they were pulling me back.
That's pretty intense. Probably harder than we thought getting out. Practicing that with the waves was definitely a good thing for us to do.
Patty boy, you alright?
That was not good for me. Good guys. Mentally.
Yeah.
It was like pushed me way back.
The swim was the most worrisome component of the whole thing. It felt different, especially the day before game day, to kind of get shocked by something that you weren't expecting. I know I had to convince myself that it was gonna be fine. I just needed to get through the initial waves and then would be able to settle into nice smooth waters. But Scott walked away from our practice session and said, I don't think I'm gonna finish. The very first swim session that I did after the 2024 games was really haunting. I remember being in the water and like almost feeling overwhelmed and like I was gonna cry while I was swimming just because it was so strange. It was such a strange experience. It took me the rest of the session to like kind of settle in and feel okay. And a couple other times throughout the prep, I thought about it and chose to kind of shift my perspective and think that it could be done as a positive thing. It was not discouraging, but I may have to rethink pacing. When you get further and further out, at least for me, it feels kind of like the dun 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 dun, like you know that there's way more depth below you and probably some creatures, and so I always have to just like, the thought comes up and I push it off and I'm like, you're fine, there's no shark. All in all, I think it was good to have experienced the difference in the feel of the ocean. I don't know, shake out some of the nerves and the stiffness from travel yesterday. Now we're gonna go check in. Almost game time. There they are. What's up, fellas?
Athlete briefing here in 5 minutes.
More than I usually am with them.
I've done a million athlete briefings in the CrossFit space. I'm actually super interested in what a briefing here is gonna look like.
Special. Mile 52 of the bike. Mile 13 of the bike.
Got some cool gear, checked in,
Timers.
wristbands, swim caps, chip timers.
We're ready to freaking.
It is far, like it's double the length of the pier, and I don't know that I've ever personally swam from the shore that far out into the ocean. However, worrying about the conditions is pointless and just gonna drain your positive energy, so may as well just be excited about it, feel confident. It's gonna be good.
I'm fired up. I think this is like kind of long, but yeah, I don't know why. Like I just feel very like I'm just ready to get in the water and do it. Like getting all mental about it now is kind of something that I always try to avoid. It's beautiful out here. Like it's a cool place to do an Ironman, so I feel good.
Like that. 1692, baby. The year I was born. We had to organize everything into these little bags. Like all of this was completely new to us. Got my RAD runners, socks, hat, Hunter 2.0s, my helmet, fuel bag. A combination of solid bars, gels, and gummies. Coming in hot.
Are they bothering you guys?
They're quiet as mice over there. It's you guys coming in like a wrecking ball, ruining everything. I have to start from the beginning. And then we had to drop off our bikes, helmets, shoes.
All right, guys, we're ready. We got Unos, we got those. I've got my Tiger Bomb.
You're leaking water.
So I got my bike gear bag that I leave in the bike transition area. And the run gear bag.
How much time have you spent on stickers today?
Dude, big sticker day. I want them to be beautiful and smooth, but it's hard to get a flat sticker on a round helmet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
It is funny, I feel like being so new to it, it reminds me of Wadapalooza, where there's hundreds of people and some of them are pros that are there to try to make money and support themselves because they make a career out of it all, and some of them are just there figuring it out for the first time, which is us.
Nadia's going to be down here.
Yeah, I told you.
Well, I said
Thank you, my friend.
My number. Thank you so much. No, you gave him a guess. That's
Thanks,
my number.
Captain.
Thank you, Captain. Appreciate it.
Cheeky little bugger I am. We woke up at 5 a.m., had as big of a breakfast as we could stand, put on our tri-suits and wetsuits at the house. Game time, baby. Let's go. The butterflies, time chip on the ankle. All right, we'll be in the water in about 40 minutes. We go from mere men to Iron Men. Can I get a hoorah? Is that a rousing speech? Got me going. Thanks, crew. See you in hopefully 11 hours. Be a long day.
Little penguin.
The race itself was supposed to start at 6:45. There were groups of predicted swim finish times that you would go put yourself in. I put myself in the hour to hour and 10 mark. How do we look, Al? Ready to go?
Little professionals.
And so I think we were the second or third group to start right around 6:55. The swim course went out around a pier, quick run across the sand to get back in the water and do 2 full loops of that. 2 miles of swimming is probably more than I've ever done in one go. I did come to enjoy it. I especially like open water swimming because you can just kind of like fall into a rhythm. I remember my first CrossFit Games event. I had I think it was a swim that was paired with kettlebell thrusters and burpees in the sand, and then a swimmer as well.
And it's Noah Ohlsen in 5th place.
So very comfortable in the water, but not necessarily those long distances. So that was a bit of an adjustment. I finished the first lap of the swim feeling pretty confident. I looked down at my watch and it was 33 minutes, which was right around where I need to be. It kind of gave me a little bit of a confidence boost getting back in the water that I was doing that well.
Second lap of the swim for Noah
And Aaron.
and Evin is on first lap and Scott is
Scott just got in.
Coming around the pier, I was starting to think about my transition. In my mind, I knew exactly where I was supposed to go. 1 down, 2 to go. That was a good swim. Ahead of pace. Feel really good. No mishaps. Off to a good start.
What's up, Noah?
1692.
1692!
Yep. Uncrustable. Trying to keep the transitions quick but calm. Gels in this pocket. Transition time is 6:20 right now. A little more than I was hoping for. Woo! This is fun. Hope that does something. Feeling strong. Only 10 hours to go. bike portion of an Ironman is 112 miles. In order to finish the entire Ironman under 11 hours, I needed to finish the bike in about 5 hours and 40 minutes. I swam right on what I said. So any issues, like a mechanical issue or fueling issue or cramping issue on the bike, it was gonna put me at risk of not being able to run fast enough to finish in under 11 hours.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. We will start with the criterium race.
First event of 2018, it was an interesting one for me.
Noah Ohlsen here at the finish line, just had to get a new bike. He's clipped in again and he's back on the course.
Coming around one turn, my pedal hit the floor as I was coming around. I could feel that it was a little loose and then boom.
And his pedal just pops off on his right foot. He loses valuable time. He had to kick that old pedal off and then re-clip into that bike.
Unideal for sure.
You guys, 60 miles in. What's the math on that? We got 52 to go. Feeling pretty good. Average 21 miles an hour, lots of fuel. Crushing it. Fuel it up.
Nutrition for endurance races is very different from what I'm used to. You're consuming a lot of carbohydrates on kind of like a very meticulous schedule. Every 15 minutes, I knew exactly what was coming up next.
That's how the pros do it. Bam! 85 miles in, spirits are high. I'm on pace right now for 11. Trying to just stay calm, cool, and collected.
Halfway, I started to feel the bottoms of my feet ache. So when we transitioned in from the bike, in that jog, I was full limp on my right foot.
Woo! Thank you, sir. We're doing good. Make this a quick transition, slightly ahead of schedule.
That made me a little nervous because I hadn't experienced that before in any of the training sessions.
All right, sub 11.
But I tried to push that thought back, hoping that when I put on the running shoes and started going, it would go away. And it didn't.
2.5 miles in, my right foot really hurts.
I started the run at almost exactly 6 hours and 50 minutes. So I had 4 hours and 10 minutes in order to get the marathon done to finish under 11. I had made this little chart on my phone, but I completely forgot everything. I had Alex running alongside me filming, so I said, Alex, can you please do the math for me? What do I need my average minute per mile pace to be on the run? He hopped out and said it's
9:32.
Cool, thank you.
That pain stays with me, unideal.
The most I'd ever run prior to this was 20 miles. So I was hoping and praying that whole time that eventually the pain in my foot would go away.
Is that a banana in your tri-suit or are you just happy to see me? 6.5, took me 1 hour, so. A little bit of doubt popped into my mind, just gotta keep pushing that back and keep it moving. $16 miles left.
I was thinking, if the whole marathon goes on like this, it's gonna be really uncomfortable. Am I potentially causing future damage? Like, is there a fracture in my foot that's gonna get worse?
Just barely hanging on.
The only win or lose for me, success or failure, was this 11-hour mark.
Just starting to fatigue pretty hard.
Yeah.
And I was mentally battling the whole run.
I was really doubting it at the 13-mile mark. If I saw Joanna, I was gonna tell her I don't think I can do it, but I didn't see him, so I didn't say it. 2 more 5Ks and we're done. I think I can. I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna be proud when I do. Thanks for being on the journey with me. I had slowed down a little bit in the middle. Should I just give up and back off, or should I stay in the fight? I went down to a 940, down to a 930, down to a 920, and then I started to drop it down to 850 minute per mile pace. Every single muscle in my legs gave me the cramp warning signs. Coming around the finishing stretch.
Go Noah! Last little bit now, go!
I saw all of our crew. That was exactly what I needed to sprint.
Noah Ohlsen, huge on Ironman Florida.
Woo! 10:58. I do feel proud of myself, and that's not something that I feel very often. Oh, that feels very good and very bad at the same time. Woo! I was gonna do a quick splash. Do you guys have an ice bath?
We do, but we've got to have a rectal temperature of 103 or 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
Rectal?
Yeah, it's for an emergency situation.
I'm willing to stick a thermometer up there. They wouldn't let me do it.
Dude, that was fucking way harder than I thought.
Great job, brother. So proud of you. The guys, they are basically my best friends. It felt like this big sense of accomplishment because we had all done it together. Once that quartet was complete, we could kind of celebrate as a unit. Proud of you guys.
Hey, it was your idea.
I don't know where I go from here in terms of taking on physical challenges. Before this weekend, I thought maybe this could be my new thing. Currently, the day after, I don't know that I have that desire anymore. I really enjoyed my 10-year career as a full-time CrossFitter, but I want to find something else that is going to challenge me and that I can pursue and overcome. All right, let's get out of here.